So welcome to today's show, and I'm your host, Mathangoma. On the panel today, I'm not alone. I'm with Miriam, Bethel, Abel, and Daniel. And our topic of discussion today is drug and alcohol abuse. So Miriam, have you had any experience with drug or alcohol abuse, or have you seen anyone around you that has had that?
So I see people abusing drugs and alcohol, Here, people drop out of school because of the same. Their GPAs are always low because of how, they drink every day. They don't have time to study. They're always concentrating on drinking and they're spending their money on, buying alcohol and drugs.
Personally, I had a bad experience with alcohol.
Where is that?
Yeah, so I'm one of the victims who abuse alcohol. So my experience led to me borrowing money. Spent a lot of money on these substances. Situations where I would go back home, get some money, spent on alcohol, left bankrupt, but still go and credit from other guys. So that situation had left me with a lot of credit from people, you get.
Yeah.
So this has really affected my whole life because I'm left with debts because of alcohol. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So Bethel, you can tell us your experience on drugs.
Experience is always, it's always bad. Yeah, because for me, it's not really alcohol, but I've been a victim of marijuana. I used to smoke a lot of marijuana. So yeah, there's some chitikati, baklasi, no there. Instead of being in class, just roll up some weed in our guy, and the day dies just like that. So I think on my academic part, it really robbed me of my time and my capabilities because I was always high. Yeah.
Okay, so those were quite experiences there. And right now we're going to dive in causes. What do you think are the causes of drug and alcohol abuse amongst the youth especially? Yeah.
Peer pressure. Sometimes we don't even know why we're drinking, why we are, abusing those drugs. You just want to do it because you've seen your friends doing it. Yeah, I've also been a victim. The time I was just in grade 12, But so go, school, and I want to do that. I want to experience. I want to know how drinking feels like because I was in a boarding school where, my parents were not there. So I had
That freedom.
that thing, yeah, like I want to experience because no one is here to tell me sit down, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me try these things because my friends were drinking. I didn't even know why I was drinking, and it's good.
You just wanted that experience, yeah?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. So Abel, tell us, what do you think are the causes of drug and alcohol abuse?
There are a lot of causes. Personally, I would say sometimes it's the situation or background of our homes. You get there are parents where we get to have everything on the table. Like we just watch everything. They drink while we're there. They smoke while we're there. So curiosity to hit us to say, if dad is doing this, how does it feel? How does it feel? Let me also try that. So most of the boys and girls would go for that because of our models, you get. Sure.
Bethel.
I think statistically speaking, I would, just want to add on what Miriam has said. I think most of the youth are caged in this drug abuse because of peer pressure. Especially for those of us that went to boarding schools, you find that you discover that your friends are always going out, they are always high, babwera basekaseka che,
Yeah,
and then they tell
feeling
you,
good.
just try out this. I mean, you're always going to be happy, you're always going to be high.
Yes.
So, I mean, for me, that's how it all began. The friends around me, they are high, they are always smiling. What keeps these guys smiling while I'm always frowning my face? So, I mean, statistically speaking, I think in Zambia, most of the people that into drug abuse, it's actually as a result of peer pressure. Yeah, and sometimes even the background. Yeah, there's this notion where people say if things are not going well in your life, just try drugs. Drugs are going to either stimulate you or depress you, and then at the end of the day, you'll be high and you forget about the problems that you're currently, undergoing. So I think that's one of the causes.
So this brings out the fact that the circle that you surround yourself with contributes to drug and alcohol abuse.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So Daniel, what do you think are the causes of drug and alcohol abuse?
Some facts were already mentioned. I won't repeat them, and I would like to concentrate that also lack of information. Lack of information may cause us to abuse drugs.
Sure.
For example, these drugs are in various categories. So once we don't know them, sometimes we make use of them without knowing. For example, we go to a party. Your friends are high, and they know that you don't drink. They can mix it for you. You unknowingly, you can drink it. And the next time you start wishing for what you don't know. You remember that the juice you drank last time is not the same. The taste is not the same.
Yeah, sure.
Okay? These are the issues. Yeah, this is one of the issues. There are many, but for now we are focusing the main ones. And the other one is parents. Parents, they don't have time for their children. Some, they don't know which friends, okay, they surround ourselves. What kind of information my children is getting out of the TV, out of the people surrounding him. So the parent discovers that his child is using drugs for a year, 2 years. They are calling him, your child is in the hospital. He was hit by a car. He was drunk. He's shocked also. He doesn't know what to do. So when parents are not investing time with their children, quality time with their children, to ask them what is happening. They don't know who is coming home when they are not around. They are being educated by the maid maybe. These are the factors also that may cause
drug and alcohol.
Yes.
Just to add on, I think the coming in of technology and social media has also contributed. You see that children are exposed to so many things on social media, and whatever we see on social media is actually what we want to do. We are exposed to the partying lifestyle, the alcohol lifestyle on social media, the weed lifestyle, and you see nowadays you find that children under the age of maybe 15 have smartphones, and they have all that at their disposal. So I think that also contributes, because the way the mind operates, what it sees is what it wants to experience. So I think that's also a contributing factor.
Well, I personally have heard of pleasure. Like pleasure, people want to do or abuse drug and alcohol due to the fact that they want to feel that pleasure. I don't know if any of you guys have had that experience where you heard of someone, or you personally had that scene where you drink alcohol, maybe you feel your body is relaxed or you feel home, you feel happy. What do you expect of that?
I have before, because sometimes school is stressing, so you just want to drink something that will take you away from the pressure you get from school. So sometimes we just put the money together and go to town, buy alcohol and drink, and just forget about school, forget about assignments, feel good. Talk to the most high when you're high.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Challenges too, like people tend to abuse drugs and alcohol due to challenges. People pass through a lot, and youths pass through a lot. So what do you explain of that too? Like, there are people who go through a lot. Other people will try to commit suicide because of the same. So what do you explain of that?
I think that one is quite psychological. The problem that we have as human beings is when we see people that are going through a lot, instead of coming out, to render help or to talk to them, we laugh at them, and then
we don't take them seriously.
We stigmatize them, we leave them in isolation. And then at the end of the day, those people stay traumatized, and the only thing they think of is maybe killing themselves or maybe abusing drugs to ease the stress.
No, okay.
Yeah. So I think those people need psychological guidance and counseling.
There's that. But how available is it like in Zambia? How available is it? Like, how do you go about helping such people? You might want to help them, but where do you go for
I
help?
think-
I think, yeah, first of all, addiction, talking of addiction, in order for someone to, overcome addiction, you have to be willing, first of all, to put an end to it.
Yeah.
People to help you might be there, but if you are not willing, it's very difficult to stop. The right people to see when you are facing alcohol addiction, I think the best place you can go to is the hospital. Yeah, those people have got the necessary ways that they can, provide to you so that you are helped.
What do you think are the effects of drug and alcohol abuse?
Basically, there are a lot of effects of abuse, I mean alcohol abuse. So maybe let me talk of three, then my colleagues will also join me. Let's start with dropping out from college or school. Is one of the effects of alcohol, because most of the students would abuse alcohol and end up dropping from school because probably they would spend a lot of money or their tuition fee on alcohol. There's also early pregnancies, teenage pregnancy. This is because of us youths drinking alcohol and end up doing having sex unprotected. You get when ending up getting pregnant or impregnating the girl.
Yeah.
The other effect is or when we're drunk, we get to involve ourselves in situation or maybe in sexual activities that lead us to getting STIs. You get when we take alcohol, we don't have the knowledge. Maybe for me to know that okay, I'm having
You're not
unprotected.
cautious.
Yeah, I'm having unprotected sex here. I end up getting HIV and AIDS. You get so yeah.
But you added one.
So
The effects of drug and alcohol abuse have been many around the world and locally here. We have seen many people, unfortunately, drop out of schools, making use of the school fees to pay for drugs, and not only for him but for his friends. We see that this issue of drug abuse, it does not only affect students, but we remember that these people are in the society. They can be bad influence to the younger ones. Remember, these people have elder brothers, have young and siblings in short. And when we talk about the drug abuse, we see that a person who has abused the drug, he can have mental issues. And one of the special sources, the most important source that we have in the country is human beings. Once this person is disturbed by alcohol or drug abuse, he is no longer become a solution or part of the solution that we have to sort out the problems that the country is facing. But now is becoming part of the problem.
yeah.
As part of the problem, we now have to look at this issue and make up to help these people. Remember that everyone who is who has abused the drug before or alcohol, he is also a victim who needs help.
Yeah.
So, when we are coming up with the effects, is to open up our eyes in order to see this matter, so that we may help up the families. That parent who he doesn't know what to do with his son.
Before you dive right into the effects, I want for everyone else to give us an experience. So for now, you can, and then we might go to the Okay, so Betha, you can tell us, what do you think are the effects of alcohol and drug abuse?
I just forgot to mention, Martha, that one of the leading causes of substance abuse is unemployment, especially here in Africa. Yeah, we have educated people, but then they are highly unemployed. Okay, so coming to the effects, there are so many effects that come with drug abuse. Number one, you've heard of liver damages for those that drink a lot of alcohol. They damage their liver. They also damage their kidneys. They also damage the lungs for those that smoke a lot of tobacco and a lot of marijuana. Yeah, other people will argue that marijuana is a medicine, but hey,
That's where the contradiction comes in, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah.
But so far, I've not heard of any doctor who has said, who has recommended marijuana as medicine. Maybe these local doctors, but yeah, I mean, we should look at the bigger side, which is the effects that come with abusing those drugs.
Well, I think we've exhausted the effects of drug and alcohol abuse. Right now, we're going to dive in solution. How do we then curb the situation? I'll start with Daniel. How do we?
Okay, thank you. I will present it 3 solutions. First one, seek for professional help. If you really if you realize that you have to stop and you have no control, seek for professional help. They are professional people. Stop going to places that are not going to help you.
But again, the problem comes in, those people don't have that mindset of maybe thinking as though I might need help or something. So how then do you think they might come up with that thing of trying to go?
Bethel said it right when mentioned that you're willing, the deep desire of stopping.
Don't you think
I'm
someone
coming.
has to come in, like someone needs to come in for you
Yes,
to have
first, that's why I'm saying I'm coming. Seek for professional help. I realized that my friend, he has lost the control. He's no longer himself. We should advise him to seek for help. Second, once you know that you need help, the other thing is drug abuse is an addiction.
Yeah.
You have tested it before. So now it's in your blood. You have tested it. You will be willing to. It's like diabetes. The desire won't go. What you do is you learn it to control as we learn to control diabetes so that the sugar cannot go high. The last I have is what is written in the Bible. Paul mentioned in Philippians 4 verse 13 that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So don't ignore your spiritual life.
Sure.
You should pray hard. Go to the scripture. You need to strengthen yourself through the Bible as well. Don't ignore the Bible. Ignore the Bible.
But then there's this situation of ethics coming in. There are people who don't believe Christianity also. How do they go about it?
Seek for professional help. There are psychologists around. In many settings, you go to school, they have psychology department. You have to the hospital, they are professional health there. So if these 3, I think if these 3 cannot help you, then you should look for your solution according. There are those who don't believe. You can look for them. Yes. What we want is for you to be healthy. Okay. Look for the benefit of yourself. What is going to benefit you? Fit you.
At the end of it all, it's about you. It's about your health and about your family. Because these things affect people around us and everyone else. And so, Miriam, what do you think is the solution to drug and alcohol abuse?
Only advice I can give to those people who are not abusing alcohol or drugs yet is to choose friends. And then also parents should be there for their children. They should make sure their children are informed, because most of the reasons why youths are drinking or abusing alcohol or abusing drugs is because they don't know what alcohol abuse can do to them. Yeah, because the time I was in high school, I just wanted to drink. I didn't know. And do you know I was drinking the cheap alcohol. Both on my eyes, but those things are not really good, especially for us young people. So I was just drinking because I just want to drink. So parents should be there for their children, make sure that they are informed, they have the information that they need. Yes.
Yeah, and just to add on parents, I think parents should be present parents and not absent parents, Yeah, as a parent, you need to parent your children. Did you get that? You need to be there for your kids. You need to be there to offer guidance. You need to be there to offer love. You know, you need to show them that you have this. There should be that affection between you and the children. Okay. Some kids run away from home and they become street kids because parents are not present for them. Okay. I would have loved to give an example about myself, but anyway, since this is going on media, I'll just keep it like that. The other thing I would want to advise my friends out there is, you know, there's more to life. There's more to drug abuse. There's more to alcohol. There's more to marijuana, you know. Actually, for example, for us students in universities, there are actually people who are waiting for us in the society. There are people whose lives are dependent on us. Okay, so if we waste our lives drinking alcohol, smoking, by the time you get into the society, you're 30, 35, before you even start enjoying your money, maybe you will have had HIV, kidney failure, and then you die just like that. Now imagine how many people are going to suffer because of your stupidity of, you know, abusing drugs. So I think we need to realize that there's more to life.
And also, the point I forgot.
As you conclude?
Yes, when we have friends, we should learn how to approach them. Don't just go to a person who's alcohol, who abuses alcohol, and just go to them. You should stop doing this. And you learn how to engage. Conversation. Make sure they understand everything. Don't just come to me and say, Miriam, you should stop drinking. Tell me why I should stop drinking. And you know, if you engage when I'm drinking. So you should just learn how to talk to people who do that.
Ada, as we conclude, what are your remaining remarks?
My last words to the people out there is, at the end of the day, it starts with us. You get? We may say peer pressure is the cause, but if you're not going for it, it won't push you into that. You get? So apart from that, the parents should also be there for us, like, to guide us in the steps that we take in life. You get? So yeah, for me, it's the parental issue should come in. They should be active parents who are there for their kids and do the best for their kids.
Well, thank you. Sure. Daniel, as we conclude.
I would like to give an illustration. If I buy a bottle of water, it's full. But if I'm trying to stop, I have to replace it with something. If we throw the water down, the bottle remains empty. So anything that comes, it will shoot into the bottle. So once we are trying to stop, or we are stopping, so you should replace good habits. So what I'm trying to say is that if you keep yourself busy with other activities, it may help you out. So let us keep ourselves busy creating new things. If we don't create and you have stopped, we will continue empty. And emptiness gives space to anything.
So you have heard from my colleagues and I personally have lost a beloved person who I really, really loved so much due to alcohol and drug abuse. And according to the World Health Organization, 3.3 million people die each year due to drug and alcohol abuse. And I hope, as we have discussed, you have learned one or two things. And so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And our next episode will be on Sunday. And so don't forget to always watch our videos on Youth Voice Zambia.